My name is Eleanor, and when I turned 14, I started smuggling Bibles into North Korea. When I was 12 years old, I remember that one day I was in my room, alone, sitting at my desk, just alone with my thoughts, when suddenly I heard a voice in my head. It was strange because the voice was my own, yet the words weren't something that I had premeditated on. And when I felt the voice, it was like someone had hit me in the back of the head. It just cleared everything else that had been in my mind, just cleared it all out. And the weirdest part about it was that it said, "You will smuggle Bibles into North Korea." I remember looking around wondering what in the world it was and where it came from, and just having no idea what that even meant and how it related to me. So as a kid of 12, I wondered if this voice was real or if it was just a figment of my imagination. I originally prayed to God and told him that if this is what you want me to be doing, then please, when I'm old enough and I can do this, pave the way for me so that I can do it. Eventually, though, I got so desperate for a response immediately that I prayed to him, "God, show me if this is what you want me to do." And every time I would pray, I would get a response. I would read a passage in the Bible talking about evangelizing to the world, and another one saying the same thing. Or else I would be on the internet and something would pop up about the North Koreans and their state that they were in and how much they needed help. About a year later, I was in class when my professor started talking about Matthew 28 and saying that Jesus commands not some of us, but all of us to go out and make disciples of all nations. And what he said struck me really hard, and I just began to sob uncontrollably. And in that moment, I knew that God wanted me to serve him and that he wanted me to serve him now. Around that same time, I was able to build up a jewelry business that I used to help pay off the cost of going to Kentucky with the youth group. After I'd raised the required sum, I had the epiphany that I could use this jewelry business and the money I made from it to help the North Koreans. I began searching for charities that would help North Korea, and the first website that I found was called Bibles for North Korea through World Help. As I was scrolling through the information they had on their program, I could just see the enormous need that those people had for God and his word. Reading through that suddenly took me back to the moment when I was in my room and heard the voice saying, "You will smuggle Bibles into North Korea." I was just overcome with emotion, and I knew that this organization was the right one. Once I decided to partner with World Help, I began exerting lots more energy into my business so that I could impact the North Koreans as best as I could. I remember praying to God a lot, asking him to help me sell necklaces. And every time I would pray, he would open a door for me. A couple times I would sell a necklace through word of mouth, and then I would be able to put my necklaces in a jewelry store, or I was invited to a farmer's market or a prestigious gala. And to this day, I'm happy to announce that I've been able to help smuggle 196 Bibles for the North Koreans. I'm amazed at this journey that I've been on through the past 2 years. I mean, the fact that a 12-year-old kid is being commanded by the Holy Spirit to smuggle Bibles into North Korea is kind of ridiculous. And if there's anything that I have learned over this journey, is that if you hear a calling from God, that it is of the utmost importance that you respond to it and that you trust in him and act according to what he wants you to do. Because everything that he does will eventually lead to the glorification of his kingdom.